audience. It has a little bit of a contextual setup, so I apologize for the length. Heroin has become a major public health and safety issue in the Waukesha community, and other drug and alcohol-related problems continue to place strain on city budgets and offices. The questions: would you increase resources or programming to deal with these issues? If so, what do you see as potential trade-offs with existing resources or programming? We begin with Mayor Screema, 2 minutes.
Our police department is the bedrock of our community. The safety and security of our community is the basis upon which everything else rests. If we don't have a safe and secure community, it'll be nearly impossible to have good businesses, schools, nonprofit groups, and neighborhoods. I fully support our police department. I see our police chief, Russell Jack, is here this evening. Chief. Under my tenure, we have actually increased the police department budget to keep pace with the growth of the city. We've actually increased officers. We've also placed an emphasis on keeping our detectives bureau strong. That's the key when it comes to drugs, is having a strong detectives bureau. We continue to invest in that. It is worth the investment. I'll also add, because this may be a question coming up, that I support our police department keeping our own dispatch center, our own 911 center. The safety and security of our community is worth this investment. And our police officers on the street who are keeping our families and businesses safe, they know what they need to do that. We've had excellent relationship with our police officers and with the command staff. We're going to continue to support them so that they can continue to support us and keep us safe.
Mr. Riley, 2 minutes.
Thank you. The question was regarding the heroin health issues and whether you'd increase resources and whether there would be trade-offs. The heroin problem and also the opiate problem is becoming a major problem in Waukesha County. It's actually county-wide. It is not limited to the city of Waukesha at all. In fact, some of the smaller communities outside of Waukesha have a much larger problem with heroin. Our police is a great force, and I have no problems with it whatsoever. I think it does a phenomenal job, but the police isn't really the answer to the heroin problem. You have the Waukesha County Drug-Free Coalition. You have Waukesha County and its court system having a specific drug court. What you need to do is heroin is a difficult problem because once these kids start trying it, they're hooked on it, and there's nothing that you can do to get them off of it unless you really work with them and they decide to get off of it, and it's killing them too. So I see that fixing the heroin problem more on getting the kids to not try it at all, and if they have tried it, to get them to stop. That's more of a court issue. It's more of a community policing issue. You know, get the opiates out of your medicine cabinet. Make sure you know what your kids are doing. Work with your kids. You know, I'll be working with the Waukesha County Drug-Free Coalition to make sure that the issue is addressed. It requires substance abuse training and therapy. Those things, that's what needs to be taken care of.
Mr. Screema, 30 seconds.
It does require collaboration. For the last 4 years, I sat on the county's Criminal Justice Collaborating Council, which is a joint task force made up of county judges, the Sheriff's Department, City Police Department, as well as a variety of other support staff. The root of it, however, though, is keeping our police department strong, keeping our detective bureau strong, and keeping the school resource officers in our high schools, which we have today, and we will continue to have if I'm here.
Mr. Riley, 30 seconds.
All I can say is that I'll be working with the Drug-Free Coalition as well as the county courthouse. I'm making sure that they have the resources to get our kids off of heroin to never try heroin. Thank you.
The next question: what role, if any, Do you think the city and county of Waukesha should play in ensuring the sustainability of regional cultural and entertainment assets such as the Milwaukee County Zoo, Milwaukee Symphony, and Milwaukee Art Museum? We begin with Mr. Riley, 2 minutes.
Okay, that's not an easy question to address. The city of Waukesha and Waukesha County should be working with Milwaukee County and the adjoining counties on making sure that our cultural assets are continue and made better. Does that require that we enter into agreements where there's additional tax on us? Probably not. I don't think that's going to happen. However, we have to try to figure out ways to make sure that we're a participant in all those discussions, to work with the adjoining counties to try to support the great cultural assets that we have in Milwaukee County, but there needs to be some reciprocity too. Milwaukee needs to also look at us and say that they're willing to help us in other areas. That's a little ways down the line. It will require a lot of talk and discussion, and hopefully we can get there, but it's not an automatic that Waukesha County just agrees to an additional tax, an additional increase in their sales tax. Thank you.
Mr. Scrima, 2 minutes.
Milwaukee is a beautiful city with vibrant people, and we do benefit from Milwaukee because being a larger city, it can provide things like a larger airport, larger arts organizations, professional athletics. I personally benefited from that because I sang with the Milwaukee Symphony in their chorus for 10 years. However, when we look at any type of partnership, we need to look at it as it is a business deal. The fact is that the city of Milwaukee is over 8 times larger than we are. So any type of agreement we would have to go into with our eyes open. What is their financial health? What is the fine print? Is this going to be a win-win? What's the potential cost of future litigation? I would be very skeptical that Milwaukee would bring us anything that would be mutually beneficial. I would, as a courtesy, certainly listen to whatever they may propose. However, in the end, I believe I would say no to any additional tax to support those activities.
Mr. Riley, 30 seconds.
Thank you. I think that I would continue having discussions with Milwaukee County, with Washington County, and Racine County, Kenosha County on all these issues. Even if we couldn't reach an agreement, you still continue working together. You still want to see if there's ways of reaching any type of synergy with other counties, and that's what we'll do. That's what I'll do. Thanks.
Mr. Scrima, 30 seconds.
Again, any such proposal has to be a win-win for both parties. We would certainly listen to whatever they may propose. However, one of the benefits of having separate government entities in different cities is that we don't always have to do everything together. We can set our own tax rate. We can set our own quality of life. We can solve our problems within our borders.
Next question, this one drawn from the audience. As mayor, how would you prevent the major pitfalls and decay of our downtown area and businesses? We begin with Mr. Scrima, 2 minutes.
Our downtown has gone through a cycle over the last 100 years ago. As some of you will remember, downtown Waukesha used to be the epicenter of the county. Until the 60s and 70s, when the freeways were built, families started getting automobiles, and rapid growth took retailers outside of the downtown. Downtown went into decline into the 1980s. Through the work of many people, including city staff, previous county councils, artists, small business owners, the downtown is now coming back to life. I support our downtown. One of the best ways to improve business and development in our downtown is to have more people come downtown. One of the best draws of our downtown is the historic nature, the ambiance, the river walk, and the downtown events. During the last 4 years, we've grown our downtown events. We've brought thousands of more people through events like Freeman Friday Night Live. Thank you. Bill York, the editor of the Freeman, is sitting right here in the front. So Bill, thank you for your support. We've also grown the farmers market. Right now the farmers market is run by our private downtown business association. The city has invested heavily in the Riverwalk. They did that before my time, but we're going to continue to enjoy that blessing for many, many years to come. We've been able to bring national projects like the Guitar Town project to the downtown, which brings more people downtown. That's the competitive advantage of the downtown, are the fun social events that people can't experience in the other shopping areas of the city or the county. We want to continue to promote those family-friendly events, to bring people down there, to promote fun, to promote health, and to promote living downtown.
Mr. Riley, 2 minutes.
Thank you. First of all, the question was how to prevent pitfalls in the decay of our downtown businesses. I would not call our downtown as being in decay. In order to help it though, I think what we need are cleaner and more inviting streets. That means improving the streetscapes. That is being done right now. Everyone who's been downtown has probably seen that Clinton Street is under a little bit of construction. The goal would be to make sure that the downtown is very clean and inviting. In addition, encourage additional anchors. I think most people know that there is a large vacant piece of property near Waukesha State Bank. Just recently, 2 large buildings got knocked down. That property is owned by 4 different property owners. My goal would be to get all 4 property owners to be working together and build an anchor there. Now, I'm also, with my background, I understand that it's the property owners that control that type of issue. However, the city can provide a lot of help and a lot of direction to those property owners. My goal would be to have one of them step forward and combine all 4 properties and present something to the city that the city can be proud of. With a large anchor down there, that will create more vitality in the downtown, and it'll fill up a lot of the vacant storefronts. Downtown Waukesha is a great place to eat and shop. There's numerous places to have a fine meal, and there's numerous places to shop. I would continue, like I have before, in working with the property owners and the business owners to make downtown Waukesha even better. Thank you.
Mr. Screama, 30 seconds.
Here's what we're doing to move downtown Waukesha forward. Our Community Development Department recently undergone a new comprehensive Central City Master Plan. This took them a couple years to do. There were many neighborhood meetings. It involved a number of boards and task force. That plan has been completed. We've also added into the budget this year an additional code inspector position. We will be mowing the grass on the medians around the city and coming into the downtown. And we have recently.
Mr. Riley, 30 seconds.
The Central City Master Plan should provide some help, but that's going to be my understanding is it'll take a long time to have that come in to be enacted. There's parts of it that will be done, but it will be helpful. Once again, I'm looking for clean, inviting streets in the downtown. We have the bid used to sweep the streets, and I would like to get that started again.
Move to our next question, drawn from the audience. What are your plans and ideas for the now empty lots along the Fox River next to the Waukesha State Bank? We begin with Mr. Riley. Not too specific or anything. We move to Mr. Riley for 2 minutes.
I think I already said something about that, but as I already indicated, that's land owned by 4 different property owners. I have a lot of experience in working with development. I've helped many communities with development issues, and I've also represented developers